Coming from CNBC, SpaceX plans to build a $100 billion spaceport in Louisiana. So SpaceX is going out there, Elon Musk is going out there and building another of the biggest things. So this is kind of interesting. I do wonder where they're going to get the money from, right? So Elon Musk has already talked about the terafab. So the terafab is going to be it's hard to say this shit with a straight face. Anyway, it's gonna be the largest building in the world. 100 million square feet of internal space. That apparently is gonna cost $119 billion. He's also got to deal with the whole Starship program. However, well, that is or is not actually going at this point in time. That requires investments. He is just spending money all the different places he can spend money. And so it's interesting that SpaceX comes out and talks about them trying to build a $100 billion spaceport in Louisiana. This does make sense with the announcement that came out of the Trump administration. The Trump administration came out with a new executive, it's not an executive order, it's like an executive memorandum or whatever, basically touting that Trump wants the United States to have the capability to launch 1,000 rockets into space by 2030. So it does look like SpaceX is trying to push forward with where Trump wants to go. And so for them building this big ass spaceport, it kind of actually does make a lot of sense. So one of the interesting things with this too, with them being in Louisiana, apparently they use is it methane? Is methane natural gas? Anyways, methane. I think they use methane in order to launch their rockets. So one of the curious things with all this is in order to increase launch cadence, they actually want to be closer to the methane wells themselves. Apparently with this place in Louisiana, more or less, they are going to have their own methane wells. So essentially, they are going to own the gas company that is then going to fuel the rocket ships, which, again, to be clear, from a technical and business standpoint, actually makes a hell of a lot of sense. I do think this is going to be an interesting thing to be thinking about in the future as space becomes more of a valuable industrial asset. One of the things to be thinking about is where in the United States is it actually most appropriate to build these spaceports? So if you think of New York City, right, the reason New York City is as valuable as it is today is because it was a deep water port. So back when the North America was being colonized by the Europeans and back when the United States was growing, we needed deep water ports in order to do transatlantic shipping and all that kind of stuff. The New York Harbor was actually just a fabulous deep water port, and that's one of the reasons that New York City is where it is, and it's one of the reasons why New York City has become so valuable. You look at Seattle. Seattle was a deep water port for the West Coast, one of the reasons that Seattle grew up. And so if you look at a lot of the places in the United States where they developed based off the technology of the time. If you look at Atlanta, one of the reasons Atlanta is just a disaster of urban development is it was actually built as a rail hub. One of the major rail systems went through that particular area in order to get on board with the rail cars going through there. Atlanta got built up as a metropolitan hub that was supported by the rail infrastructure. And so that's one of the things to be thinking about is basically like in the past, population centers have grown because those geographic areas supported the technology of the time. And so let me just put if out there, if space is actually the future, one of the interesting things to kind of consider is where is the best geographic places for space launch capacity. So again, if you look at some place like Louisiana, Louisiana is actually good for SpaceX because they have reliable, abundant access to methane to be able to fuel all the starships that are going to be going into space. I do wonder, like, I'm not an environmental nut. Again, don't get me wrong. I eat organic. I try not to do too many polluting things. I have a plug-in electric vehicle, but on the other hand, right, many things that humans do, frankly, pollute and destroy the environment. It's kind of just one of those trade-offs in life. So it's one of those things where I am concerned about the environment. I'm also not horribly concerned about the environment. I do wonder with something like this spaceport in Louisiana, especially with Trump wanting 1,000 launches coming out of the United States per year by 2030. That's more or less 3 per day. It's like 2.75 launches per day by 2030, which means it would probably go up from there. Like, you know, you launch one Starship every month. Overall, the environmental degradation, it's gonna be what it is. Right, right, right. Greenpeace is always gonna scream about it, and the Republicans are always gonna say it's fine. Right? Here's the thing. You start launching once per week, okay, that's a lot more crap you're putting in the air and the rest of it. You start launching once per day. That starts to be a lot of shit in the air. You start launching 2.5, 3 per day. Like, you don't have to be Greenpeace to say that might be a lot of pollution. So I do wonder with SpaceX and the whole development of the space industry at the scale that they're talking about for the future. I do wonder when they'll hit the Republican limits. So we think about this with artificial intelligence right now. So the Republicans were all rah 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 for AI, rah rah for AI data centers, rah rah for the whole AI build out. And now the interesting thing is, basically across the board, American citizens fucking hate AI, right? The Democrats fucking hate AI, the libertarians fucking hate AI, and the Republicans fucking hate AI. And so one of the interesting things that you're seeing now is that the Republican politicians are now starting to change course because they realize that this is just a god-awful disaster for them, right? They have been seen as the cheerleaders of this shit no American fucking wants. And so they're trying to change tact. Again, we see Greg Abbott come out and talk about new data centers, have to go through some kind of audit before they can possibly be connected to the grid. Again, there's some questions about that, but there's a lot of stuff where you start to see the Republican politicians starting to push back on the AI buildouts because the population has changed their opinion about AI, right? Somebody builds an AI data center somewhere, nobody cares. You start building AI data centers, multiples the size of Manhattan, literally scaled on Manhattans, you know, people start to notice and people start to care. That is where I do wonder with SpaceX and when they start talking about how much they want to launch into space in the next couple of years, right? SpaceX launches once per month. Honestly, most of America doesn't give a fuck. Right? They launch once per week. Hey, that's the American can-do spirit. They start launching 3 times per day. You might start getting some pushback there. So I will be curious to see how that is all going to flesh out at the end of the day. Elon Musk is continuing his push into the southern U.S. with SpaceX, his aerospace and tech conglomerate, planning a $100 billion launch facility in Louisiana. In a joint statement, the Louisiana Economic Development Office said on Tuesday that SpaceX will establish its starbase in Vermilion Parish, Louisiana, at a former Exxon property to, quote, support thousands of launches annually. And again, Jesus fucking Christ. Stop. Right? So I just, oh man, like literally, the last video I did was screaming about the whole Trump administration, like wanting to get to 1,000 launches per year in 3.5 years in 2030. And now they're sitting here talking about this starbase. Thousands of launches. So 1,000 launches annually, more or less, comes out to 3 per day. 3 per day. If you start talking about thousands, 2,000s is 6 per day. 3,000 is, let's see here, IT math, 9 per day. Look, I'm just saying, when you start launching 6 to 9 per day, every fucking day, 365 per year. I'm just saying, even Republicans might start having questions about the environmental degradation at that point in time. That's kind of the point in time where they're like, maybe Greenpeace isn't so psychotic after all. And anyways, and this is just where, like, with so much of this, it's just the scale of all of this kind of stuff just seems so ridiculous. Once built, Starbase LA will serve as the main launch facility for Starship. And again, one of the reasons is because it's right by those methane wells. SpaceX said in a video posted on its website Tuesday that the search for a site to build launch pads and have access to ample fuel for its operations took about 7 years. Musk said in the video that the company would bring, quote, probably 10,000 really exciting jobs to Louisiana with the spaceport. A fact sheet posted online by the state of Louisiana said SpaceX is expected to generate an estimated 3,000 direct new jobs over the next 10 years in the state and 8,100 indirect new jobs. And that, again, will be interesting from like a political standpoint, is like how many jobs is enough for 6 Starship launches per day? It's like, yeah, we really like the 3,000 jobs, but we also can't breathe anymore. Anyways. Earlier this year, Republican Governor Jeff Landry signed bills that became law in May, exempting some aerospace projects in Louisiana from public review. So think about this, right? Elon Musk gets to come in, spend $100 billion on a spaceport that's going to do multiple launches per day, and it cannot be reviewed by the public. And making unauthorized entry into a spaceport facility a felony. They also offered financial incentives to aerospace manufacturers. I do wonder with this too. Again, I've been talking with some Texans lately, some actual Texans who love them some Texas. One of the things they talked about is they do feel with the AI data centers in Texas that basically a number of years ago, before the whole AI data center boom was happening, the Texas politicians were trying to bring in data centers, right? They were trying to bring Texas into the future, and so they started putting out more and more and more incentives. And the issue that the Texans see is that there was this tipping point where, like, there is the point when they didn't have enough data centers, when they truly wanted more data centers. And then there was the point when all the data centers came to Texas. So literally, I think this year. So Northern Virginia was the hub for data centers in the United States. They're major fiber lines that go through Northern Virginia. A lot of people don't realize. So Northern Virginia was the data center hub for the United States. Apparently Texas, I think it's this year, is going to have more data centers than Northern Virginia does. And it's also about this time that the Texans are starting to be like, wait a minute, wait. We wanted more AI data centers. It doesn't mean we wanted this many AI data centers. So I do wonder with Louisiana here, right? Having SpaceX come in and talk about them like that is going to be the future of industrial capacity for the United States. Oh, there's a lot of rah there. Again, up until they're launching 6 starships and landing 6 starships per day. You know, the political viewpoint on whether or not that's a good idea might change a wee bit. So anyways, this is what's going on with SpaceX. SpaceX is currently at $137 a share, so it's about $2 a share above their IPO price. And yeah, we will see how this works out at the end of the day. I don't know. You know, I'll be the one to say it. I'll say it because I'm the Aspie in the room. I highly question the value of space. Again, I looked into this in the past. One of the very curious things is to read about how space isn't actually that valuable. To be clear, not that we should not be going to space, not that there isn't any value in space or whatever else, but then when you actually start looking at the economics of space business, it's just not very good economics. It's just kind of really fucking ugly ass economics. And so with the United States right now going just gung-ho into this future space economy, I feel like this is government funding trying to pick winners based off of a generation that grew up on 1980 science fiction movies. So much of what I see right now makes sense through the lens of Gen Xers growing up during the 1980s. It doesn't make sense through the lens of economics. It doesn't make sense through the lens of technology stacks. It doesn't make sense through the lens of what this shit actually does in the real world. It really makes sense through the lens of, kids that were between 5 to, let's say, 15 during the 1980s, watching really cool movies about what the future was going to be like. And now they are gazillionaires and they are building the future. And so they're building the future based off of 1980s movies. That's just what this really feels like to me. Again, and again, you just think about these numbers, right? I'm not actually anti-SpaceX. I'm anti-SpaceX being an AI company. I'm not anti-SpaceX being a space company. But again, you just start thinking about these numbers. Thousands of launch. So this would be SpaceX. So this is one launch provider. This doesn't include Blue Origin. This doesn't include Rocket Labs. This doesn't include God knows how many companies in China. This doesn't include, whenever the Europeans stop fucking around. Look, at some point, the Europeans will stop fucking around with their space program. It's not going to be today, and it's not going to be tomorrow, but maybe by 2035, they're actually going to get out of committee and build something worth a damn. But anyways, right? So again, it's not simply thousands of launches for SpaceX, but then you think about all the other global launch capacity, and then you think about it with so many of these rockets that are going up when they're shipping out satellites, right? There's this whole Tic Tac thing, especially for the Starship, for like flat packing satellites. So when they launch, it's not one satellite per rocket. It's a shit ton of satellites per rocket. And so, I mean, you're just talking about so much shit into space. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of shit going into space. And I just question that scale. I just question this. It's like with artificial intelligence. Am I anti-artificial intelligence? No. Do I think Anthropic being worth $2 trillion is fucking stupid? Yes. That's not AI. That has nothing to do with AI. That's just the idiocy of 2026. But anyways, what do you think about this? What do you think about Elon Musk or SpaceX putting $100 billion into a space launch facility in Louisiana? What do you think about the Louisiana governor basically eliminating public input into programs like this? And again, when you start talking about thousands of launches per day, that would be like 6 to 9 starships per fucking day. Do you think that might bite everybody in the ass in about a decade? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's also a link down there. With that, see y'all later.